live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is Thursday, April 11th, and it is a full circle moment for Erica Hernandez. I'm so glad you're here this morning. So let's explain to our viewers what that means.
So a little over 13 years ago, I started here at KSAT, and I was the producer of the show, and Mark was the anchor, him and Leslie, and full circle.
And here you are, anchoring today on GMSA as a fill-in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I admire your ambition.
Oh, well, you know. Says to keep going.
Let's keep going. All right, let's get the morning going. Mike Osterhage, good morning to you, sir.
It will get you going. Good morning, by the way, when you step outside, because it is nice and cool out there. We've got temperatures that are actually a little bit below what you'd expect this time of year. Normal low temperature is kind of mid-upper 50s. And so we're going to continue to drop down as well, because you look at that bottom number right there with the dew point of 44. So we still have very dry air, and we've got basically light wind out there, and then a huge warm up throughout the day. Now, we made it to 74 yesterday, and had a few of those clouds popping up, but today all the way up to 82 degrees. So we start off a little on the cool side, but then get on the warm side of things by later on this afternoon. It's going to be just a spectacular day. The aquifer did rebound nicely from some of the rain that we had, went up 0.8 of a foot yesterday, which was fantastic news. And, you know, Oak started going down. It was three digits, and then all of a sudden about 3 times as high as what it was, almost 4 times as high as what it was the previous day, up to 2890. Take a look at some of the temperatures around the area right now, and we are down in the mid 40s up there in the hill country, 47 to be exact in Kerrville. That's the cold spot right now. And again, everybody has this really, really dry air, so all the ingredients are in place: the dry air, the light wind, and very clear skies. You look upstairs in the atmosphere. This is the water vapor imagery, not a satellite picture per se, but it shows with this darker shade of gray and kind of that tannish color there. That means bone dry air upstairs, which means we're going to have some beautiful blue skies today. So cool morning, nice afternoon. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow, plus a few extra high clouds, especially in the afternoon. Then we go into the weekend, and the humidity is going to make a return, and it's going to be basically just be a warm, humid weekend. More clouds as well, especially on Sunday, and that's kind of how we're going to be sticking around throughout most of next week. It's going to be very warm, very humid. Some clouds, you know, it's one of those situations where there may be an afternoon shower trying to pop up, and a slightly better chance of rain toward the latter portion of the week. I know Fiesta starts toward the latter portion of the week, but it's still a week away, so a lot can change between now and then. But that's definitely going to be humid. Details coming up on the weekend in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez. Boy, we haven't even gotten started yet, and already got problems.
Yes, we already have some traffic troubles out there for our drivers on the east side of town, Mike, and we're taking a look behind me here at the I-10 Loop 410 camera out there on the east side part of town. Basically, I-10 westbound has been shut down to Loop 410, so if you're traveling right now or about to hit the door right now outside, then you're probably going to run into this little bit of an accident here. Now, good news is we do have a photojournalist on the scene, Misael Gomez, and he has told us that that 18-wheeler is actually on the record, so hopefully they can get this cleared out here in just a bit. 18-wheeler was carrying some produce, so that had to get transferred over to another vehicle, so we will continue to follow the very latest right here as we take a look at our maps, and we do see that we have a little bit of delays here on the westbound traffic coming into 410. Traffic right now is being forced to exit Ackerman Road, but again, this is a developing situation. We will continue to follow more updates on that. We have construction also back after we had those storms come through, also the eclipse. There had been a little break in the construction here on the northbound on the east side here at northbound 35, and we do have 3 main lanes blocked at Topper Wine and Pat Booker Road for all of our folks on the northeast side in the Live Oak and Selma area. Rest of the city, everything else is looking pretty good this morning. Again, biggest thing we're seeing right now, I-10 westbound at Loop 410, 18-wheeler crash has closed down all the main lanes in that area. Mark and Erica, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, San Antonio police say a 10-year-old boy was hurt in a road rage shooting overnight. Happened around 10 last night near the airport. A mom, dad, and 3 kids were driving the access road between 410 between Nacogdoches and Broadway. That's when police say a dark-colored Mercedes started road raging around them and then fired 3 to 4 shots at the family's SUV. The family was able to escape and call police. EMS later found that the 10-year-old was hit in the leg by a ricocheted bullet. He was given a bandage and was able to go home, and police are still looking for the suspect.
The stage is being set for a possible legal battle between Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. The Bexar County Commissioner's Court says Gonzalez can use $50,000 to hire outside counsel to fight a proposed new rule from the state AG's office if it goes through. That rule would require district and county attorneys to provide additional reporting to the AG's office when it comes to cases where local DAs and county attorneys don't indict people who commit violent crimes. The state AG says these issues are in the public interest. Under the rule, if the local DAs and county attorneys don't comply, the state AG can get rid of them. The Bexar County DA's office released a statement just a few hours ago saying in part, quote, complying with the Attorney General's proposed rules would cost local taxpayers an exorbitant amount of money. Pulling prosecutors out of courtrooms to review years-old cases in conference rooms makes no sense, especially when we are seeing tremendous success in prosecution of cases. Add to that requirement that we send sensitive information regarding victims to a state agency who can then release the information at will, and you will have a recipe for disaster, end quote.
In other news this morning, Bexar County Sheriff's Office asking for your help finding the person driving this yellow car you see in this video. Deputies believe the man they're looking for exposed himself to a child and then chased that child, who eventually made it into a house. This all happened on a street called Jesse Bowman on the city's west side. If you know anything that could help deputies find the man, call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
A man accused of murder is off the streets and now at the Atascosa County Jail. An arrest records show this isn't the first run-in with the law. 37-year-old Joseph Olivari is accused of shooting and killing 34-year-old Joshua Guaya during a fight at the 210 Sports Cantina in San Antonio on March 14th. Those arrest records show that Crime Stoppers received tips from two callers stating Olivari was bragging about the shooting and how he, quote, killed a man days after it happened. Investigators say shell casings found at the scene link Olivari to two other shootings late last year, and earlier this year he was taken into custody in Pleasanton.
U.S. officials are warning Iran of an imminent attack by Iran in the coming days. Iran has vowed to retaliate for an airstrike last week at its consulate in Syria, which killed two of its generals. Israel has not admitted responsibility, but Pentagon officials say Israel was behind the airstrike. President Biden has promised Israel ironclad U.S. support if Iran attacks. Meanwhile, negotiations for a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas may have hit another snag. Hamas now says it does not have enough hostages in custody to meet the terms of the proposed deal. Well, now to the extreme weather. From the deep south to the northeast, millions are in the path of potential tornadoes and flooding rains today.
As ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, it's all happening just hours after the same storm system caused some problems along the Gulf Coast.
This morning, parts of the south look like a war zone after a deadly storm system hit the Gulf Coast. A tornado slamming Sidell, Louisiana, near New Orleans, leaving a trail of destruction.
This has been a catastrophic event for the city of Slidell.
Hundreds of homes and businesses damaged. The roof of this apartment complex ripped off. Authorities carrying out more than 50 rescues.
We're alive, we're safe. That's all that matters. Stuff is stuff, it can be replaced.
At this contracting company, employees rushing for cover as the tornado tore through the building.
7 people were working in this building when the tornado hit. The group of them scrambled to a back room. Twister comes through, blows it out top to bottom, bumps and bruises, but remarkably nobody hurt.
In New Orleans, massive flooding, a month's worth of rain falling in just 7 hours, inundating streets. And today, the storms are moving into Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Another system is headed north towards Kentucky and Ohio. Parts of central Ohio are still digging out from a tornado that killed 3 people last month. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
In morning sports, Spurs faced OKC last night without Wemby, Keldon, Jeremy, Devin, and Chetty, and it showed. The Thunder scored the first 11 points and never looked back. First quarter, Trey Jones, the ball being patient, stops, uses a screen, and then feeds to Zach for an alley-oop jam. Thunder led the Spurs 68-35 at halftime. Third quarter, Devontae Graham feeds Raekwon Gray, who passes it to CD Sissoko for a cool reverse and one. OKC led from start to finish and by as many as 42 points last night. Spurs dropped their final road game of this season, 127-89. Zach Collins led the way for the Spurs with 20 points. Spurs will next host the Denver Nuggets tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. In Texas League play at Wolf Stadium, San Antonio Missions continue their first homestand of the season last night against the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. After losing the opener on Tuesday, Missions got a much-needed 6-2 victory last night. That series continues tonight at 7:05.
Go Spurs go?
Go Spurs go.
Kind of?
Yeah. 5:10, 56 degrees.
Are you a professional TV watcher? Just ahead, we'll get a first look at Roku's latest Pro Series line of TVs and why they'll cost at least $900.
Plus, why there's a sudden gold rush at Costco. What you need to know before you invest in gold.
Looking outside right now with a live cam. It's, I guess, a kind of misty, almost a little foggy-ish out there.
Yeah, a lot of humidity.
A lot of humidity. There you go.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Wholesale retail giant Costco is selling more than $100 million a month in gold bars. So what is behind the gold rush? ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Costco Gold Rush.
My mind was blown when we saw what the price was set at.
With the price of gold on the rise, Costco customers turning to gold bars for investment.
We bought that bar for $2,069.99, and the end of day spot for gold that day was $2,072.04. So we really paid only about $3 over spot.
Experts saying gold usually increases in value over time.
The idea is that holding on to gold will increase in value. Based on the last couple of years, gold has been on a tear and has been increasing tenfold.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the gold bar frenzy and what you need to know before you buy and what happens when you want to sell. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Thursday morning, 5:15, 56 degrees.
Taking a look now on TransGuide. This is that area that RJ was talking about earlier on 410 and I-10 on the east side. 18-wheeler crash. He'll have more in a little bit on where this stands and when this roadway can open back up.
When I was 12 years old with cancer, I spent most of the year looking out a hospital window. All I wanted was to be outside. I owe the people at St. Jude everything because I am 17 years cancer-free. My marathon is for St. Jude and helping all those kids with cancer who just want to be kids again.
Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
When it comes to Nature Valley, which camp are you in? Oats and honey or everything bagel?
Nature Valley makes an everything bagel bar?
Try Nature Valley Savory Nut Crunch Bars, available in 3 flavors like everything bagel.
And we're back at 5:18. Awesome to have Erica here this morning for our Thursday.
Stephanie's lucky. Look at this. Every morning?
Every morning.
She wants something, but keep going.
It's a blessing and a curse, Erica.
Well, I guess I could see that.
It's a blessing and curse. But speaking of blessings, RJ.
Okay, yeah, here we go. And actually, Erica and I were desk neighbors for a long time. So, good to see Erica hanging out with us this morning. And, hopefully Steph is enjoying some time off here as we take a look here. Eastbound traffic there on the east side. I-10, this is actually the westbound lanes of 10, right there at Loop 410. So all westbound lanes of I-10 coming into Loop 410 from the east side of town. That's going to be closed right now because of an 18-wheeler crash from earlier this morning. An 18-wheeler was reported to have crashed or gone off the side of the road here at around, I want to say about 3:30 this morning. So crews have been out there for some time now. Apparently, it was carrying a lot of produce. So part of the pickup or the cleanup here has been just sort of removing or transporting that produce from one trailer to another. There was also a reported oil spill, a diesel spill here here as well. So it looks like TxDOT crews and maintenance crews are going to be out there for a little bit. But right now, you do see traffic is significantly backed up in that area. In fact, that traffic right now is exiting off of 410. So you could still get on 410 from I-10. You could just take that access road there. Earlier, they had traffic blocked off all the way to Ackerman Road. But it looks like we are at least getting our folks here on the east side to 410 right now. But still, an ongoing situation for all of our drivers out there on the far east side of town. Taking a look here, 35 northbound construction, Topper Wine, all the way up to Pat Booker Road. 3 main lanes closed. Still seeing some major delays on the other side of the highway too, 35, as well as they have went ahead and picked up some of the construction going on there on the northeast expansion. Everything else looking pretty good. City of San Antonio, far west side, north side, things looking pretty good for the most part right now. But we do expect things to get a little bit busier as people make their way out. So I believe we have one more shot here to show the backup at I-10 at Ackerman. So again, westbound lanes headed to 410. Got a pretty good delay in this area, and we will continue to follow more updates as we get them. All right, Mike, it was definitely a chillier start to this morning, but you know what? I like it. I like when you feel that cold.
It's nice and refreshing. And then when you get the beautiful afternoons, you know, with the low humidity, yeah, you just can't beat it. The kind of weather you wish you could kind of bottle. This was the sunset yesterday, and we can kind of take this picture and then move it over to the east side, and this is what the sunrise is going to look like later on this afternoon. Appreciate the KSAT Connect shot there. And look at the skyline when you've got, I mean, look at how crisp and clear this is. You think back a couple of days ago when we had all the humidity, couldn't even see this picture. So yeah, very dry air has now moved on in here. As a matter of fact, the dew points, called the measure moisture in the atmosphere, they had dropped down yesterday, and even just compared to yesterday, they're down 10, 15 degrees. So that's how much drier the air is. And the nice thing is this is going to be sticking around throughout the rest of today with these lower dew points as well as tomorrow. But then notice how by the evening hours, the wind's really going to start to shift back to the southeast. And here comes some of the humidity. That's going to start to work its way back in here then overnight, tomorrow night into Saturday. So you'll definitely notice more as far as humidity is concerned by Saturday. Let's just cross that bridge when we get to it, because just enjoy today. Nothing but clear skies out there. We'll continue to drop down a few more degrees in the next couple of hours, warm up nicely, 72. So we'll already gain about 20 by noon, and then add on another 10 on top of that, 82 high temperature. And in some cases, going to be gaining even more than that, maybe 35 degrees across the board. So the humidity remains low the next couple of days, starts to work its way back in here, and really comes back in here by next week. And we're talking basically just kind of mid-October, I almost said mid-April weather around here. So it is going to be warm and humid. Here's the low that gave us the rain a couple of nights ago. And then also on the backside of it, it's pulling in this gorgeous weather for today, for tomorrow. That works its way out of here. This ridge starts to build in. Notice how we get this southwesterly flow again. That's going to start to pull in a lot of those high clouds. They're going to be sticking around. This next low, which looks like it wants to kind of do what the one earlier this week did. Not really. It's going to sort of just scooch a little bit further to the north of us, so it's not going to have as much of an impact. And we're going to be staying definitely on the warm side of things. And it's just going to be kind of that almost early summertime weather pattern where it's warm, it's humid, some clouds, maybe a little shower around here. Not anything really set in stone. Now, toward the latter portion of next week, there are some indications for, as of right now, maybe a little bit better chance for rain. But again, this is still a good week away, so a lot can change, obviously, between now and then. Today, tomorrow, fantastic. Another cool morning tomorrow. 62 on Saturday, so not as cool. And then look at that, 66 on Sunday. So the humidity definitely comes in here when those low temperatures stay up very high. And then we're going to have low temperatures pushing, 69, 70 degrees by the first portion of next week. Mid and these numbers may be even a little bit on the conservative side. Some of the later computer models are wanting to get us even hotter than that. It's definitely going to be hot and humid, and maybe a couple of showers then by the latter portion of next week. A whole lot more after this. Stick around.
526, internet providers are now required by the FCC to provide customers with a nutrition label of sorts, displaying all fees and other information. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, making sense over mixed internet plans. A new FCC rule will require internet service providers to give nutrition labels so customers can see the details of the company's plans, including fees and download speeds. They now must be posted in stores and online. Google is offering up some of its artificial intelligence photo editing tools free of charge to anyone who uses Google Photos. The AI features include Magic Eraser to remove unwanted objects and Photo Unblur to sharpen your pictures. They will roll out to everyone next month. Finally, Roku is now offering its Pro Series TVs, which feature mini LED backlighting for better brightness and contrast. Other bells and whistles have Roku calling them the ultimate TVs for streaming, but they're going to cost you up to $1,700. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
And happening tomorrow, our KSAT community partners are hosting a phone bank benefiting Project Men. The goal of the phone bank to raise money for medical mobility equipment like scooters and wheelchairs. During the phone bank, you can also ask about the Viva Mobility Resource Fair happening on Sunday, April 14th at Morgan Sports Complex. The phone bank is happening tomorrow again from noon until 7 p.m.
All right, first half hour about done. Did it go okay overall?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I'll try to raise my game. 528, 57 degrees.
Just ahead, while your internet bill might go up $16 to $40 next month and even more after that.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, we're getting you ready for the San Antonio Book Festival this weekend. We'll meet a best-selling author who's showcasing the final book of this popular fantasy series. Good morning to you. It is Thursday. It is April 11th. If you're just tuning in, it's awesome to have Erica Hernandez here today.
Yeah, I feel so lucky to join you guys this morning. It's my first time anchoring with you, Mark.
Yes.
I've been with RJ and Mike.
Yeah.
But you, Mark.
Nice. Well, it's going to be a good morning.
Yes, it is. And we have a lot to talk about with weather and traffic as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's nice is weather is just perfect. Yes, it is going to be the topic of conversation because it is so wonderful out there. Yesterday was a great day. We did see a couple of clouds that popped up in the afternoon, only stayed at 74 degrees. So we were a little bit on the cool side of things. Speaking of cool side, yes, we are starting off on the cool side this morning down in the 50s, but got a lot of clear skies out there. You can see over there at 10 at 410. No problems whatsoever. 54 right now. 44 is the dew point, which means we still have very dry air in place. In theory, we could drop down there. We're not going to, but we'll continue to drop down a couple of more degrees. We've got a light breeze out there this morning, which, keeps the air kind of stirred up a little bit. Doesn't let us get as cold as what we could get. We've got some 40s out in the hill country already. And again, all this dry air around here, which is going to be sticking around for the next couple of days, and that light little breeze. And boy, we're going to have some beautiful blue skies out there. Oak, remember for a couple of days it had dropped down significantly from what it was, not too long over the weekend when it was 25,000 something. Well, it decided to come back up. So we're not done with the oak season just yet. Moderate mold and moderate pecan are showing up, and throughout the rest of today, 72 at noon, 82 high temperature. So we're going to be gaining on average 30, in some cases close to 35 degrees. Great indication of that dry air. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow, a few extra high clouds in the afternoon. Then we'll start to change somewhat and see what it's like as we prepare for the start of Fiesta. Fiesta starts 1 week from today. Can you believe that? Wow. Okay, we'll tell you what that's going to be looking like in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ's already got his hands full out there. What's going on, sir?
I cannot believe you mentioned, Mike, a week from now, Fiesta. It's crazy. Fiesta out there at Alamo at HEB Plaza. All right, big thing that we've been following right now. I-10 westbound is still shut down. They're right before Loop 410 for our drivers on the east side of town. And we were hoping that this would have gotten cleared up maybe about 15 minutes or so ago, because there was a reports that the trailer was actually on the record, but we still see that I-10 westbound, all main lanes here have been shut down. So if you're about to head outside right now, you've got to drive in from the east side of town into I-10 410, that interchange, which is already very busy due to construction. We have a significant backup in this area. Let's take a look at our maps, and you see that traffic is now backed up all the way past Ackerman Road. This happened right after the I-10 410 interchange, so right before WW White Road. So right now the traffic is exiting on the 410 access this road. So we're still able to get onto 410 and still able to sort of get around some of this if you go on 410 over to WW White. But this is still causing some major backups in this area right now. So all main lanes there westbound at 410 have been closed for the time being. 35 northbound, we still have construction here taking place there from Topperwine over there to Pat Booker Road as they work on some things with the Northeast Expansion Project. And we are starting to see some pretty heavy backup there on the southbound part of 35 for all of our folks in the Forum and Live Oak area. The rest of the city, everything else is looking pretty good this morning. Far west sides of town, south side, things looking pretty good in those areas. But again, biggest thing we're seeing right now, I-10 westbound, all main lanes shut down right there at 410 for all of our drivers on the east side of town. And we will continue to follow this and give you more updates as we get them. Mark and Erica, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. San Antonio police are asking victims to come forward following the arrest of a man who's facing charges of sexual assault. The suspect is 38-year-old Chong Yon Mounts. Police say he created a fake Tinder profile and started an online relationship with the victim, pretending to be someone else. Investigators say back in December, he convinced her to meet him at a hotel in the 300,000 block of East Houston Street. Police say she realized he wasn't the man she recognized from the pictures, and when she asked him to stop, the suspect had allegedly sexually assaulted her. Right now, investigators think the suspect has done this before and also stolen from other victims.
As many as 3 people are facing charges in connection with a property where they found marijuana, stolen cars, and guns. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office made that discovery yesterday while serving a warrant at the home. It's in the Five Palms neighborhood on Port Victoria Street, not far from Quintana Road and Loop 410. Sheriff Javier Salazar says the team has been watching the property for some time.
It's quite possible that they were going to be used to commit crimes here locally, but additionally, we've got some information that some of these weapons were making their way south. In other words, going across the border to Mexico.
Salazar says some of the guns had been altered to make them fully automatic weapons. He says the team also found a small amount of marijuana, several stolen cars, and police gear. Investigators think the gear was stolen from a school police officer's car.
The National Transportation Safety Board is ramping up its investigation of Boeing. Late yesterday, Boeing gave federal investigators documents that may show instances where a door plug was removed from a 737 MAX as it was being assembled. The new documents may shed light on why Boeing employees did not document that key moment on the assembly line or explain why a door plug flew out of an Alaska Airlines flight back in January.
Women using the rideshare service Uber now have more safety options. Uber says it's added 4 new safety features to the app. There's a PIN verification, giving riders the option to get a 4-digit code to make sure they're getting in the correct car. There's the ride check feature that lets you know if a driver goes off course, stops unexpectedly, or ends a trip early. An audio recording feature in the app can record your trip and secure the encrypted audio on your phone. Riders can also share their trip with a friend or family member for an added layer of protection.
Well, listen to this. Your internet bill might be going up $16 to $40 next month and even more after that.
That's if you're in one of the nearly 23 million American households that get subsidies through the Affordable Connectivity Program. And as CNN's Amy Kiley reports, the FCC has a new requirement to help you with costs.
The most successful internet affordability program in our nation's history will soon run out of money unless Congress acts.
New efforts are underway to stop internet prices from surging next month for nearly 23 million American households. The Affordable Connectivity Program is almost out of money. Now, the FCC is set to cut subsidies by more than half in May. Without new funding, later they'll be gone.
From education to employment, to scheduling healthcare appointments, to access to health services, everyone deserves affordable internet access.
Some lawmakers are increasing their push to keep funding the program. A bipartisan Senate bill to give it $7 billion has 5 co-sponsors after 2 joined yesterday. A House plan has majority support in the chamber, but it's unclear if Speaker Mike Johnson will bring it to the floor. House Republicans are pushing to rein in government spending, and the program is left over from the pandemic.
High-speed internet isn't a luxury anymore. It's an absolute necessity.
The Biden administration is trying to help consumers understand provider fees with a new regulation unveiled yesterday.
A lot of times there's hidden fees, things like data caps or throttling, or you have to pay more for data.
The FCC now requires internet providers to use what looks like a nutrition label. It shows plan details like fees and services.
The hope is that if it's more transparent, you can make a better choice as a consumer.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Tonight on the Night Beat, you'll meet a woman who has battled diabetes and cancer, and she wants you to hear her story. We had the pleasure of meeting Virginia Cortez. In the last 8 years, she found out she had diabetes and cancer. She is a warrior, and she's learned things about her health that could help you. For one, did you know that people with diabetes have a stronger chance of getting cancer?
Had I not had diabetes, could I have prevented the cancer? I don't know.
Tonight on the Night Beat, you'll hear from Virginia, an endocrinologist who tells us how we can stay healthy.
Right now it's 5:40, 55 degrees.
An area around Wurzbach Road is being considered for a Cultural Heritage District designation. Up next, what that really means and how you could be a part of the history of the area that's also known as Silk Road.
Outside with live cam, it's a pretty nice spring morning out there, mid-50s, so plan accordingly as far as a jacket or something like that. As we take a live look at one of the big interchanges, traffic is building, and RJ's still watching that spot on the east side at 10 and Loop 410. We'll be back. 543, the stretch of Wurzbach between I-10 and Fredericksburg Road is rich in culture.
That's right. The city of San Antonio has taken notice. A proposal to name the area of Silk Road a Cultural Heritage District is being considered by the community. The first of several meetings by the Office of Historic Preservation later today. Many of the children in that community attend Colony's North Elementary School. 1/3 of the student population in the school are from Afghanistan. There are 20 to 30 languages spoken on the campus. Community members say the naming of the area is a sign of goodwill.
For our students as they grow older and understand what that means, but for their parents, for their families, like I said, they're so prideful of where they're from.
Because you can be multicultural and still love America and still contribute.
Reporters say it's also a win-win for the community who gets to experience the melting pot of that area. The city wants to hear from you today during the first community meeting that starts at 5 o'clock at the Bob Ross Senior Center on Babcock Road. That's amazing.
It is. Just about 5:45, still 55 degrees.
Taking a look at TransGuide right now. Some of the roadways look clear, but there is still that trouble spot on 410 and I-10 East. We'll check back with RJ after the break.
5:48 right now on your Thursday morning. Hopefully you guys are having a good one. If you are about to step outside, especially in the east side of town, we have got a major mess. Big backup here that's been developing for the past couple of hours or so. We had an 18-wheeler crash on the westbound lanes of I-10 right there at the 410 interchange. So this is going to be right there in between North WW White Road and 410 for all of our drivers on the east side of town. You see that traffic has been diverted off to the access road there at 410. But apparently some of the issues here was that there was some sort of fuel spill in that area, maybe some diesel. That has been cleared up, but apparently this trailer was carrying thousands of pounds of produce, and part of the process here to get that trailer out of the way has been just removing and transporting that produce from one trailer to another one. So officials are still on the scene out there. As we take a look here at our maps, and you do see that traffic is starting to build up significantly in this area. Now past Ackerman Road, we're seeing traffic come in about 32 miles per hour. As we get closer to Ackerman Road, about 9 miles per hour for all of our folks, again, coming in from the east side of town. Sam Houston High School is right here in this area, so just keep this one in mind if you are about to head out any parts right now on the east side, headed towards maybe like the Frostbank Center area. The rest of the city, everything else is looking pretty good. You know, we don't have any major incidents or crashes to let you know about. In terms of other parts of the city, this is the biggest thing that we've been following. And again, it's a lot of produce that they're trying to transport from one trailer to the next. So yet add another one of these trailer incidents to our city of San Antonio's history. We've always had some interesting things in terms of what cargo and things of that nature. Bees in the past. It's been.
I missed the bees
an
one.
Adventure. That was a few years back.
I was like, I missed the bees one.
That came out of a 18-wheeler, right? That shut down the fine silver curve for some time.
Never a dull moment, especially with the construction around here.
Yes, for sure. Weather, we're talking like Fiesta's coming up, which is crazy to be talking about Fiesta already.
Yes, and it will feel like Fiesta. So, in years past. Wait, was it last year or a couple of years ago when for the Battle of Flowers Parade you actually had to start off with a jacket on?
Oh, yeah, that was right before the pandemic started.
Okay.
I think.
When it was cool enough. And
it was really chilly for the start of the day. It then turned out lovely.
As far as the start of Fiesta this year, it doesn't look like you're going to need any sort of a jacket. We'll get to that in a second. First of all, no, that is not a picture of the eclipse. That is I like the kind of a Cheshire cat smile there. That is the waxing crescent moon as of right now. Of course, it was a new moon on Monday, hence the reason why we had. I think it was 22. 22? Okay, so just a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, when it was so chilly out there for the Battle of Flowers. All right, yes, it is the waxing crescent. It was new moon on Monday, and that's why we had the eclipse on Monday. We are going to have just an absolutely gorgeous sunrise this morning. I know we're looking in the opposite direction, but clear skies out there. And, spectacular, nice, chilly temperatures. Grab a jacket this morning. You definitely won't need it by this afternoon. We're going to gain 20 degrees basically by noon, up to 72, and then top off at 82 degrees. Normal high is 80, so in the ballpark, a couple of degrees above that, no complaints there. Here's what the satellite picture looks like, and obviously, as you would expect, nothing is showing up out there. And as a matter of fact, you look upstream, and there's nothing for the next couple of days. You look downstream, and that's pretty much the same system that gave us the severe storms a couple of nights ago, and that is continuing to work its way off to the east. If you have any travel plans out there to the east, basically from the Great Lakes all the way through the Mid-South, the Deep South, and the Eastern Seaboard, you definitely want to check ahead just because they're expecting some more very strong storms and potentially severe weather out there like they even had last night, some severe weather in the Deep South. 26 is the cold spot in Casper, Wyoming, and 36 as far south as Denver. Obviously, we've got, with the front that moved through, arguably a little taste of that, kind of the extreme leading edge of it, but it's not going to be getting any colder. We've got these nice pleasant mornings and then warm afternoons. There's the low, which is pulling down some of this cooler, drier air, northwesterly flow. Love that. That doesn't stick around long because we start to have this ridge build back in here. And so what that means is with the orange and the yellows coming in, that's the warmer temperatures, which are going to be around here. And that southwesterly flow, that pulls in a lot of those high clouds. Not much is really going to be changing over once we get into the weekend and throughout then next week. Today, tomorrow, fantastic. And then more humidity over the weekend, especially on getting into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Low temperatures right around 70, plenty of humidity around here, highs mid and even some upper 80s. And there may be a couple of showers trying to pop up just here or there, just, sort of that scattered variety, even at best by late next week, but nothing written in stone as of yet for the start of Fiesta, other than it's going to be hot and humid. More after this. Stick around.
Good morning. It's great to be with you. Coming up here on GMA, we're following the violent storms, the tornadoes, the flash flooding along the Gulf Coast. We've got a team there, and I'll be tracking the latest. Also, the new gold rush at Costco, why so many people are buying gold bars at the warehouse store. And an exclusive first look at a new documentary that helps answer the question, how your teenager thinks. Also, a little moment of zen, the first time baby penguins dive into the water from a cliff for their first swim. You'll see it all on GMA.
How would you like to ride in a Fiesta parade? Get your phone handy and scan the QR code on your screen right there and tell us what you love about the Battle of Flowers Parade. Enter it for a chance to ride on a float and show us your shoes. Battle of Flowers Parade coming up on Friday, April 26th. Once you enter the contest and register to become a KSAT Insider, you can access our KSAT Fiesta parties. So scan the QR code. From there, you can buy tickets to our Insider Fiesta parties, day and night parades. You can find all this information right now over at KSAT.com. Aerosmith is making a stop in San Antonio during its Farewell Peace Out tour. It's one of 3 Texas stops the group will be making. They're set to play at Frost Bank Center on November 3rd with Black Crowes as special guests. Tickets go on sale Friday. You can read more about it now on KSAT.com. Well, ahead in the next hour of GMSA, a San Antonio dog owner blaming the city for a deadly attack involving her pets. What she says could have been done before that happened. And up next, a 10-year-old boy is recovering after a road rage shooting just last night. What we were able to learn from the scene in just moments. And TransGuide, if you're just now waking up, we've got a closure over on the east side at I-10 and 410. I believe it is the westbound lanes of 10. And RJ says, yes, we're going to have the latest on that. We've been tracking this for well over an hour.